Gonna make these lights green because we get money. Last week on my NFL analysis, a little over 62% win rate. We came up a little over 6 units. So, Week 3 NFL analysis in the form of sports bets. Our first game, we got Chiefs versus Colts. Yesterday I was looking at this and took little notes. I had under 52.5 and now it's 50.5. So I don't know if I like under 50.5, so I'm gonna give it another look right now. I think I still like under 50.5. I like 52.5 more. But obviously that's not there anymore. So we're gonna go under 50.5. We do a player prop and like a big six. I call the big six like spread, money line, or like over under. Then we have a player prop or like a team prop or something like that. Because a lot of times I do this early on in the week and they don't even have player props open for a lot of the games. So they should be open now since I'm doing this on a Friday. We also have an audience over there. We have Cooley. Y'all know Cooley. So if you guys are new, Cooley's my roommate. So yeah. Okay, I like Jonathan Taylor longest rush over 16.5. The best running back in the league, and this is actually a lower one than usual. Last year, a lot of times I would bet like over 20.5 and it still always hit. So he's a big playmaker. Last week, he wasn't doing great, but near the end of the game, he had like 2 20-yard plus runs. Minus 125, not the greatest odds, but we'll take it. Going on to game 2, we have the Raiders versus the Titans. Yesterday, I put Raiders minus 1.5. And now it's minus 2. Still not a bad bet. I think the Titans are ass, and I think that the Raiders are like a better team than 0-2. They shouldn't be 0-2. They're the best 0-2 team probably, so maybe the Bengals might be better, but. So we're gonna go Raiders minus 2. So we're going on a player prop. Yesterday I put Derek Carr over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's still minus 125. I'm gonna go with that again. We got the Ravens versus the Patriots. Yesterday I took Ravens minus 2.5. The odds changed again. I guess it must be like keeping tabs on my Excel file because now it's Ravens minus 3. I still like it, Ravens minus 3. Bill Belichick has like a really good record when he's at home and they're the underdogs, but I don't care because it's Mac Jones versus Lamar Jackson. All right, player prop for this game. Last week we took Lamar passing plus receiving or passing plus rushing. We're taking that again because Lamar is just on demon time right now. So we're going $5 on Lamar over 270.5 rushing plus receiving yards.
Love that.
You love that one?
Love that one.
On to game 3. We got the Bengals, who are 0-2, versus the Jets. Have the Jets won a game or are they 0-2?
They have won a game.
Obviously, I like the Bengals. I take them every week. So I've taken them first 2 weeks. Hasn't paid off, but third time is the charm. We're going to go with Bengals minus 6. The player prop for this game. I don't think a lot of player props are open yet for this game yesterday, so I'm going to look at other stuff too real quick. Jamar Chase's longest reception, which I would do, is 25.5, but that's kind of long, especially considering I expect the Bengals to be up the whole game, so hopefully they'll be running the ball a lot. So we're going to go with the Joe Mixon over 100.5 rushing plus receiving yards. And for the next game, we have the Texans versus the Bears. The Texans suck. The Bears, I don't know what to think about them. Justin Fields is all right, I guess. Not as bad as he was last season. Still not the greatest, but the Texans, like, I know they tied with the Colts, and then, did they win last week? I don't know. I know they lost. They lost against the Broncos. It was a close game, though. But I think the Texans are still frauds. They really don't have any offensive weapons that are too great. They have Brandon Cooks. He's all right, but Dameon Pierce, is that the running back's name? Dameon Pierce is, like, pretty good. I could see him, like, popping off here soon, but I don't think his time is quite yet. Bears money line is minus 150, so you're not going to get too much back. You only get 8.33, but at the same time, I think that the Texans aren't too great and the Bears are like pretty good. Justin Fields is pretty good. David Montgomery's pretty good. For the player prop for this game, David Montgomery, longest rush over 15.5. Last week, he got a lot of those, and I don't know what to think because week 1, what's that dude's name? Herbert. Whatever his first name is, it starts with a K. Yeah, Khalil Herbert. He went off, like he got like he didn't go off, but he had most of the rushing attempts week 1 compared to David Montgomery. Week 2, David Montgomery was 1. So I don't know what to expect with that, but David Montgomery over 15.5-yard rush, I think should happen. We have the Lions versus the Vikings. I don't know what to expect with this game. What did I put? I put Vikings minus 6. I don't know if I still like that though because the Lions are a good team. I kind of like the over too, 52.5. I don't know if I wasn't making this. YouTube video, I probably wouldn't even bet on the big 6 on this game. Just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to take over 52.5. I got to do a player prop. I put Dalvin Cook rushing plus receiving yards. What is that now?
Rush plus receiving for Dalvin Cook is over 100.5 minus 115.
Yeah, I don't know if I still like that. I think when I made that bet or put that on there, I think like only running back stuff was open. Irv Smith 3 catches for minus 145. I mean, I actually like that one a lot because I think it's free. I think Irv Smith is actually like a really good tight end. I'm going to take him over 2.5 catches. I think he'll get the targets. I think he's coming off of his injury more and more each week. We have the Saints versus the Panthers. Yeah, I did take the over. I took over 41 and it's still over 41. So we're going to take the over 41 for the Saints versus Panthers. So it's just really up to the quarterbacks whether or not the over hits on this, but I think it will. For the player prop for this game, actually for this game, I do like the Robbie Anderson over 36.5 receiving yards, but I'm not going to take that for this one. I'm going to take Baker Mayfield Barker over his longest completion over 33.5. They have two great receivers who are great, like deep between Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. So, and my camera is starting to flash, so I'll be back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to iCarly. So now we are on to the Bills versus the Dolphins game. Yesterday I took under 52.5, and now it's at under 53. And I'm going to go with that. They both have really good offenses, but at the same time, like I said for the other game earlier, the Colts versus whatever, Chiefs, I just think that both teams are just going to be trying too hard to score, that they're going to take too long of drives, and it's going to end up just costing them for the under. So I think under 53 should hit. And then for the player prop for this game, earlier I liked Josh Allen's longest rush. Let me see what it is now. Yeah, it's still 14.5. I still like Josh Allen over 14.5 for his longest rush. Minus 125, we're going to rock with it. We have the Eagles versus the Commanders. I don't know what to think about the Commanders because I don't know what Carson Wentz really is on this team. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. He's done good on DraftKings in terms of like making lineups. So we're going to go with over 47.5 for this game too. Both defenses kind of suck and both offenses have been elite so far. For the player prop for this game, I'm just going to go with Devonta Smith receiving yards. I think he's going to get over 44.5 receiving yards. That's pretty good. $5 pays out 9.54. We're just going to play it safe on there. The Jags versus the Chargers. I didn't get to a player prop for this game, but I did do Chargers -7, and now it's -6.5, which has been better, so we're going to rock with that. Chargers -6.5, $5 pays out 9.54. So for the player props of this game, I don't think they were open, that's why I didn't do it yet. They barely have like anything open for the Chargers. It's like pretty much all this Jag stuff that's open, except Austin Eckler rushing yards. I'm going to go with Chargers total team points over 26.5. That's like a risky bet. I wouldn't make this bet if there was like player props open for the Chargers. Maybe don't tail this one, but I have to make a bet, so. Alright, for the Packers versus Buccaneers game, over 42 I like on this game because that's just so low for, I'm taking my Invisalign now, I sound like a fucking nerd right now, hold on. Alright.
This sleep got me.
Aaron Rodgers in a Tom Brady game, I think that over 42 is like just being generous. So we're going over 42. And then for the thingy on this, I'm liking Aaron Jones over 84.5 rushing plus receiving yards, even though they have A.J. Dillon. That's like pretty much their whole offense is A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Last week we did the thing with Aaron Jones, the weekly special with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon combining over 200 rushing plus receiving yards. And they did. So we're going Aaron Jones over 84.5. Rushing plus receiving. I like that. So now we're going on to the Falcons versus the Seahawks. I do know what I like for the player prop for this game, but we'll get to that in a sec. We're going to go over 42. I think that there's just like this this like NFL time period is just like so weird where it's just like they just want as many points as possible. And if it's over 42, if that's where the line is, I'm generally going to take it unless it's just like a really weird game. And then for the player prop for this game, I did like Drake London. I don't remember what it was, but I think it was Drake London catches maybe. Drake London catches over 4.5. I just think that he's like such a good receiver and like people don't understand that yet, but maybe they're starting to because they changed the odds to -150. And I think it was like -120 before. And then for the next game, we got Rams versus Cardinals. This is the last game we're doing before we get into primetime games. We're going over 48.5 because Matthew Stafford has like really good weapons around them. They've got they have two decent running backs in Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson, and then their defense is really good, but at the same time they're going against the Cardinals defense, which isn't too great. So I do expect, just kind of like last week when I said that I expected the Rams to put up like 35 and the Falcons only needed 12. I don't think it's that drastic, but I do think that the Ravens should put up, or I keep saying Ravens, the Rams should put up like 30 points, and then that means that the Cardinals just need to put up like 20. So we got the Sunday night game, 49ers versus Broncos. I think the Broncos are a lot better team than the 49ers. in terms of like offense and defense. So, or maybe the 49ers have a little bit of a better defense, but I think the Broncos offense is really good with Javonte Williams, who I think could end up being a top like 7 running back, and then they have Russell Wilson, who's obviously a really good quarterback, and then Cortland Sutton, and then I don't know if Jerry Jeudy's playing this week. He got injured last week. My mom had a lot of bets on him that ended up losing because of it. But we're going with Broncos money line plus 100. I think that should hit. They're going against Jimmy Garoppolo, who's just a loser, so there we go with that. For the player prop for this game, when I was looking before, they didn't have Deebo Samuel rushing plus receiving, and they still don't. I wish they did because he's good at both. So I'm just going to go with Deebo Samuel, longest reception over 21.5. He's a big playmaker, and Jimmy Garoppolo loves him. And that gets us to our last game of the week. We have the Cowboys versus the Giants. The Giants, who are 2-0, top frag in the NFC right now, versus the Cowboys, who don't have Dork Prescott. I didn't even get to this game on my notes, so I have to do this right now. I'm doing it live. The over 39 is kind of tempting, so we're going to go with it. I'm tempted. Both offenses kind of suck, but Saquon is good, and then I don't know if Michael Gallup comes back this week, we're going to bet on him probably. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. But I'm just going over 39. I probably wouldn't make a bet on the big 6 on this game if I wasn't doing this video, so I'm just running through it before my camera dies. Saquon longest rush is only 15.5. You could do that. That's a good bet. I kind of just like doing the over 2 touchdowns once a week for somebody, so we're going to just do the Saquon over 2 touchdowns again. They're going against the Cowboys. The Cowboys do have good linebackers with Micah Parsons and Vander Esch, whatever his name is. We're still going to go Saquon over 2 more touchdowns. I think that could hit, and the value is even better than it was last week. And plus 650, $5 pays out 37.5. So we're going to do that. Hopefully you can get one early on, and then we just root for another touchdown throughout the game. And that is the last game of this week. So there's week 3. Cool Dog, what you got to say about week 3? Do you like it?
Cool Dog. I like it. I think you're putting a lot on Saquon after his performance last week. But
I think that the value is just there.
I'm with you. I think risk versus reward you can't beat.
What do you what was your favorite bet of the day that I made?
I like the Colts player prop, Jonathan Taylor. I think that they hopefully learned from their mistake last week, giving him the ball 9 times when he should be a league MVP. So hopefully they let him shine a little bit more.
You guys heard it there from Cool Dog analysis of my analysis. So hope you guys enjoyed a week 3 analysis. Hopefully we go up more units. We're about break even right now. We made $31 last week and we lost 31 week 1, so we're like at break even. So hopefully we get there. If not, week 4 we come back anyways. And so hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been week 3 analysis. Peace.